All right, last story before we get to the questions. We now stand at 15 questions, trying to get to 106. But Jim Carrey, who at one point said he was going to retire, and he stopped with that retire nonsense. He apparently is going to lead a live action The Jetsons. And this is not a Fantastic Four sequel. Jim Carrey is reportedly in talks to lead a live action adaptation of the classic cartoon, The Jetsons, at Warner Brothers. Jurassic World, Colin Trevorrow is in talks to direct the project and co-write the script with Joe Epstein. The project is said to be in the very early stages of development with no deals currently in place. So if it comes, it'll be years away. The original early 60s Hanna-Barbera cartoon, which was in syndication for decades and was set in the distant future, it focused on the misadventures of a family in time of sky homes, hover cars, robot servants, and other tech advances. The family included married couple George and Jane Jetson, their kids Judy and Elroy, dog Astro, and robot maid Rosie. Presumably, Carrey would play George. Carrey most recently starred as Dr. Robotnik in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, playing the role across 3 films. A 4th is in the works, but it's not clear if he's coming back for that, though he said he's open to it. All right, Steph. Oh, where'd you go? There you are. What do you think of this news? Yeah. Should it happen? Will it happen?
I think it sounds really fun. I think this kind of sounds like it's a good fit, honestly. And it seems like Jim Carrey, even though he talked about retiring, when I heard him talking about Sonic, he's just picking very specific roles that speak to him, that I think give him the freedom of taking it into a direction that he wants to, but also gives him the freedom of using his character work. So this seems kind of like a fun reboot that sometimes I'm like, why do it? But this one I'm like, yeah, I could see the Jetsons being like a super fun, weird reboot.
I don't know if they've ever done a live action for it, have they?
I don't think so. Only the cartoon that everyone saw.
Right. So I'm surprised they never did it before, especially with the way the world's going now too. So and it's Jim Carrey. Now, Colin Trevorrow, who I actually really like as a human being, and the Jurassic World movies are pretty shallow for the most part. I mean, they are. So I think that I understand why he would do this, and it's also probably likes the franchise in general. You can see why Jim Carrey would want to do it.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that it was right to use that picture of the Sonic thing. And speaking of Sonic, they'll throw everything that they have at Jim Carrey to get him to come back. He's essential to the success of those movies. So yes, he will. If he's open for it, he'll be back for the 4th one. But yeah, this to me is a why not, but it's same old boring answer I have for everything, which is don't spend too much on it because it's not a guarantee. There's a lot of people. You're going to have to win over a lot of new people who aren't going to be familiar with this. Like, you didn't watch the Jetsons, right?
No, I know what the cartoon looks like. I mean, I've probably seen a few episodes of it. It's constantly talked about in pop or referenced in pop culture. So yeah, there is a little hill to climb on that, but also there's kind of this nice freedom that it's like, it's just a cool concept on its own.
Right.
So you don't need that much fandom to propel it.
Yeah. It's look, and that's why you get someone like Jim Carrey. Because if you get Jim Carrey in this, you may, and because of all the advances in technology now, and the way that it's not, the Jetsons in the 60s was so out of control with the things that they were thinking about, because it was, the technology was, that's just futuristic, crazy stuff. Now the stuff that you could do, you can make it very similar to what's things that it potentially could be, which is the crazy. That's how far into the future we are. What do you guys think? The Jetsons, something that should happen, something that shouldn't happen? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. What's crazy is that it's fall already. It's coming. And I got 2 kids. The back to school rush, it's already here. We're getting the early morning drop-offs, the after-school activities, the soccer games, and the last-minute supply runs. Don't forget about the extra trips for groceries, gas. The days get busier, and it all adds up. It adds up fast. Get that free Upside app. There's an easy way to earn real cash back every time you fill up your tank, grab a bite to eat, stop on essentials. Whether you're driving across town for the soccer games or picking up snacks for the school lunchbox, Upside helps you keep more in your pocket. In fact, Top Upside has given back $1 billion to its users. $1 billion. The free Upside app, it gets you cash back on daily essentials, whether it's gas, groceries, and dining. And yes, if you're asking, it's real cash back. There's no confusing rewards, points, credits, just money. And you can transfer it straight to your bank account. Next, claim an offer for what you're buying on Upside. Then pay, as usual, with a credit or debit card. Follow the steps in the app, get paid. So I'm using this. I heard about it, especially everything I mentioned with the soccer games, the back to school rush, all that, that's me. And since I learned about this thing, it has been so beneficial. It fits in so easy to my wife's schedule, to my schedule. Upside has given back $1 billion to its users. To find out how much you can earn, you got to download the free Upside app. You got to use that promo code Kristian. You get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. An extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. Using that promo code Kristian. I love hearing about stuff like this. I'm so happy that I have discovered Upside, and you will be too.